Our project is to predict the interestingness of an article using Twitter. Now, let us look at the objective of this project. The main aim of the project is to measure the interestingness of articles. The tweets related to the entities in the article are analyzed and interestingness is found out. Some of the applications for this project are as follows. Based on the interestingness of the article, the resulting articles of a search query can be ordered. Another application is that news articles can be suggested to users on websites. Now, moving on to the approach followed. There are 5 steps in which our approach is implemented. The first step is the extraction of all the named entities from the article. This can be done in 2 methods. One of the method is by using the NLTK library and another is by using the titles on Wikipedia. In this approach, we used the list of titles of the Wikipedia pages. If some word appears in this list, then it will be considered as a named entity. We pass the article and check for each phrase whether it is present in the list or not. If the phrase is present in the list, it will be considered as a named entity. This method is chosen over the before mentioned one, as in some cases NLTK library misses out some important entities. In the second step, the dominant entities from the article are found out. Dominant entities are those which are most frequently talked about in the article. In this step, we found the dominant entities from the article. We considered the frequency of the entities to decide which entities represent the article. We need to find out about what is the article talking about. All the entities which are in the title of the article are considered as dominant entities. The frequency of the entities are calculated to determine the dominant entities. Also, the entities occurring in the title of the article are considered to achieve the same. Then we come to the third step of our approach, in which tweets related to each of the entities are mined. This can be done by following 3 steps. The first one is by using Twitter Search API. We need to collect the tweets of the entities around the date when the article was published. The tweets obtained here directly cannot be used in further steps. Pre-processing is done here by passing the tweets so that they are ready to be used in the next steps. Now, we come to the fourth step of our process, which is the sentiment analysis of the tweets. In this step, we performed sentiment analysis on the tweets extracted in the above step for dominant entities and calculated the number of positive and negative tweets for each dominant entity and stored the results. The tweets are cleaned first. Every unigram token is given 2 probability scores, positive probability and negative probability. Each of the token is scored using Naive-Bayes formula. The scores assigned to all the tokens are added to get the score of an entity. The pre-processing module handles emoticons accordingly. The tweet words are stemmed and also stop word removal is performed. In our final step, we predict the interestingness of the article using the number of positive and negative tweets. Interestingness of the article is calculated based on number of positive and negative tweets for each of the dominant entity. The following 2 parameterizations are made to determine the interestingness of an article. The first one is that less is the difference between number of positive tweets and number of negative tweets, more is the interestingness of the article. On the other hand, another parameterization is that if the number of positive entities outweighs the number of negative entities or vice versa, the article is considered less interesting. Now, let us look into the datasets used for this project. Datasets are used for articles and for sentiment analysis. The datasets used for articles include a set of random news articles taken from the BBC News dataset. The dataset for the sentiment analysis need to include categorized tweets on the basis of predefined list of positive and negative words. Major's dataset is used to satisfy this purpose. Stanford dataset based on positive and negative emoticons is also used. Next, let us present some of the challenges faced during the working of this project. There are 3 main challenges. One of the main challenges we faced is with collection of appropriate articles to test our model. Another major challenge we faced is with finding the right data set for Twitter tweets. Not only that, but also deciding upon the parameters based on which the tweet is categorized is also a challenge. The sentiment analysis used for deciding upon the interestingness of the article by the positive and negative tweets is one of the major challenges that we faced. Some of the conclusions are as follows. Twitter is one of the social media platforms which is used commonly by people to voice and express their opinions about anything. This can be leveraged as a very powerful medium in predicting the nature of the data published on the web, especially millions of articles that are published each day. By measuring the interestingness of an article using tweets, articles can be suggested to users. Results. The approach we tested on 100 random articles which were published in the month of March 2014. The result is that we were able to correctly predict the nature of every 7 out of 10 articles. Now let us look into the demo of the project. This is the article on which we need to perform interestingness calculation. These are all the entities which are extracted. The dominant entities are extracted based on the frequencies. Next, these are the tweets that are related to the dominant entities. Sentiment analysis is done on these tweets based on number of positive and negative tweets for each dominant entities. Based on this, the interestingness of the article is calculated to be 56%.